really don't have any more symptoms, and it's been gone since day 31. I mean day 21, and they have not been back. My symptoms have been going on for 2.5 years actually, and they didn't catch it 2 years ago when they ran an autoimmune panel with me, and I realized later on that I suppose it became negative because they let me take a lot of steroids, and then a few days after that, or couple of weeks or a week after that, they tested me for autoimmune panel and it didn't show. And when you are on steroids, that will show some negativity on your autoimmune, but it doesn't mean that it's not there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what happened. Why they didn't catch it at that time, and but in terms of my symptoms, it has been there really for 2.5 years already. With regards to your question about this potential client that has sjogrens, I think it's very personal to me because recently, while I'm in this program, I've been able to share my experience almost every day to my patients and to other people, my family as well. The doctors are experts but are not experts, and they themselves will agree with that. They are experts in their own trained field, but in terms of nutrition and approach to healing through nutrition, they are really lost with that. They are really, really lost. We have 2 doctors in our family, and they are very aware of what I am doing, and they are very, very happy for me, and they are considering this as a miracle, and they are very apologetic that they have no knowledge about what I'm sharing to them. One is an OBGYN and one is internal medicine, and he is in cardiology right now, and they've been doctors for more than 20 years. And when I explained to them and shared with them, the health and the composition of the cellular membrane and the anti-inflammatory pathways and the inflammatory pathways, they have no clue. They have no idea. And even the OBGYN doctor in our family, her pre-medical course was 4 years of medical technology, and there's so much biology in that degree, and she does not even recall or remember any knowledge about the cellular membrane, how it gets destroyed, because they don't really pay attention to those. They were very much interested on identifying the bacteria, the fungi that is found in a cell, things like that, and the toxins. So anyway, with sjogrens, the challenge with sjogrens is your eyes, your salivary glands, your sweat glands, and your connective tissues. So being in remission does not mean reversal, and reversal is a complete healing, and it's basically you got cured. And remission is just going to happen a couple of times probably in her lifetime. But the rest of the time that she will be on those medications, she will have side effects on her liver and on her kidneys. For the eyes, what we use is several kinds of teardrops or lubricants. And these lubricants have preservatives on them and have steroids in them. And for us who have sjogrens, we have to use the lubricant several times a day. And the more that you use it, the more that is going to potentially destroy your eyes in the future, because it will keep destroying your eyes little by little. Yes, it will lubricate and moisturize your eyes, which is what you want. But because of the preservatives on it, especially the ones in the bottle, it will create damage in the long run. On the other hand, with regards to your salivary gland, there's already an individually packed lubricants for the eyes that have no preservatives. They are more expensive, and however, it will not treat the tear glands. It will not stimulate your tear glands.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's just lubricating your eyes. Nothing is going on with your tear glands, which is the one that is attacked by your antibodies.
Mm-hmm.
And that one will continue to get sick. Now, there is a product called Restasis, and Restasis is preservative free, and it actually stimulates your tear glands. It stimulates to a degree that it will slowly somehow help stimulate tears, but it will take up to 6 months before you feel the effect. Because it's working on your tear glands itself. It's not just lubricating. However, in terms of how complete 100% health of your tear glands, it's not going to take care of it. Now let's move on to the salivary glands. We have a medication called Sabilamine. I actually have it right now. I have a bottle of that is for 3 months. I never opened it, and I don't plan to open it. That is going to also just stimulate your salivary glands in order to produce saliva. However, it's only going to also, just like Restasis, it will only going to stimulate your salivary glands to a certain degree, but it's not going to heal your salivary glands. So you are going to be dependent on that the rest of your life to keep producing your saliva. On the meantime, your disease is progressing because you are not treating the root of your disease.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's move on to your thyroid, because as autoimmune, just like what my endocrinologist mentioned, your thyromegaly is from your sjogrens. The thyroid will get worse. Right now, I'm just lucky that I don't have hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism. It's just really enlarged. I don't have hashimotos. It's just really enlarged. But if I did not act on this, in 3 months, I would probably already have hashimotos. The medication that the sjogrens people are taking are all just really for symptomatic purposes. What do you call this? It will never heal the thyroid. Never, never, never. It will make the thyroid calm down because it's super active or lowly hypoactive, but it will never heal the thyroid itself. Now, in terms of connective tissue, there is nothing that can be done with the connective tissue except to stop the pain that you are feeling. The way the connective tissues all over your body are attacked is is manifested through the pain in your fingers, the arthritic pain, just like what my GI told me. Anything that is wrapped with tissues in your body will be attacked and will cause some form of pain, whether mild or severe. So, but our entire body is wrapped with connective tissues. Basically, your whole body will ache in the future or now. So the treatment for that is just really minimizing the pain, and so we are going to resort to steroids and hydroxychloroquine, which is the Plaquenil, which is your maintenance medication, gabapentin, and that's also helping with the pain. And these are all just for the pain, to minimize the pain, as well as NSAIDs. And all of this really are really bad for the kidneys and our liver. In the long run, maybe it will take 3 years, maybe it will take 4 years, maybe it will take 10 years. before the kidneys can start getting destroyed. Now, is that really worth using and just having that kind of future? That is the reason why I actually never started on any of that. Because what for? What am I waiting for? To have all this distraction in my body while my kidneys are still healthy, while my liver is still healthy? I'm going to keep it that way, or even nourish it some more. When I was waiting for a treatment protocol for me for sjogrens, which I wasn't aware yet, I was already afraid that I would be placed on the same medications that my patients were taking. And I was aware about my patients' medications. I was so aware about the prednisone, about the plaquenil, hydroxychloroquine, hydroxychloroquine. And right now, that's what we use also for our COVID patients. And there's such a competition for that. And there's also very high price you pay because it's very in demand right now. And there's very more demand than supply. So you have more copay on that one, even if you have insurance. And for me, I was just thinking, if I know once I see my rheumatologist, my endocrinologist, and they set out a treatment plan for me, I'm sure this is the stuff that they are going to give me. And I waited for an appointment for them 4 months later after I discovered my labs. And during that 4 months that I was suffering, I was just like, I need to do something already, because I know it is not worth waiting for what they're going to give me. Now, when I finally saw them, they really actually prescribed me those medications. And I was just like, I was really right. This is not worth waiting for. And I am glad I am now on my 3rd week on my rapid healing. And there's actually nothing to treat anymore on these medications because I'm good. I'm good now. I feel great. So for that wife, she has to present herself as a sick person. She has to truly tell her husband, give her husband all the data from the drug literature that comes with the medications, that look, in the long run, this is what's going to happen to me. In the long run, these are the organs that are going to suffer in my body as they are treating my pain and arthritic pain and my eyes and my salivary glands. Right now, I'm still doing good because most of my major organs are still somehow healthy. They can still filter the toxins from the medications, but in the long run, they won't anymore be able to filter. And she will slowly have difficulties in her kidneys, and it will be a very slow process. It will be a very slow. So I would just encourage her to present to her husband herself, and along with the information that she has with that medications, and just keep encouraging. I would just say keep the husband informed, educate on her part regarding the medications. What are the side effects of this that is going to do in her body in the long run, and see her future. Look at me as your wife 20 years from now, 10 years from now. Where is going to be my brain fog? With my kids, I told them if I don't do anything about this, I don't know if I will still recognize you guys 20 years from now, because my brain fog is really, really bad. And I have seen it remarkably gotten worse. Even my husband is like, you're worrying me because you don't really remember this and that. And I was like, no, my mind is blank. My mind just doesn't remember. It's really, really blank. So it was concerning him. It was concerning me. Every symptom that this wife is feeling, he has to jot it down, put in a diary or a journal, and then find a good time where she can present this to her husband in a good way. When I was telling this to my 28-year-old ulcerative colitis, when I was telling her that you need a life. You need a life. You're only 28 years old. You have to heal, and there is hope in healing. Don't believe the doctors that there's no. But she is into natural healing, and poor girl, she has already tried 2 times of natural healing, and the people who took care of her really failed her, and so she is traumatized, and her husband does not want to trust. And then I told her, oh my goodness, I told her everything about you, and I gave myself as a testimony, and as a witness, and I kept telling them that they're legit, they're real, they're you can count on them, and they're really scientific. I was like, it's so scientific. But I actually said, this science that they teach, it's actually very basic, and it makes very much sense. There is nothing that is hard to understand with the science, but it is science, and it is basic, and it makes sense. And just that alone, the fact that it makes sense, how you can heal from the cellular level and how your disease can be reversed, you cannot argue with that. So actually, my patient, that 28-year-old, after I talked with her, she called her husband and she introduced herself this program. She made him look it up, and later on, before I left, I went back to her and I said, hey, did you were you able to talk with your husband about the program? And then she nodded her head and said, oh, he's not yet sold out. I said, it's okay. Just keep praying and just keep mentioning that to him. But most of all, monitor your symptoms so you have valid data and reason to tell your husband, to bring up to your husband why you want this. Make your body as your reason. Make your symptoms as your reason to try this, to move on to this. Because then actually he will listen, because it's your body, it's you who are feeling the illness. And I said, don't worry. I said, when I presented this to my husband for the first time, and he is very supportive with me all the time, he was also hesitant just because of the investment. And then I had to actually sit down with him three times, and it took more than 2 weeks of praying and talking and considering and weighing everything. But one day I was crying, and I really said to him, look, if this is how I'm suffering already now, imagine me 5 months from now, and imagine and if this is how fast the symptoms come in, almost one symptom a day, that a new symptom comes almost every day, and it's ravishing my body, and it's taking away my competency as a nurse, as a mother, as a wife. I'm not able to face you all and function properly. If this is already happening to me at this stage in this disease, think of me in 5 months from now. Think of me 2 years from now. Where do you think am I? And I am not going to, and I refuse to take medications. I think I have to be dying, bleeding, and everything, and before I will take hydroxychloroquine or gabapentin. And I know it's just here in my medicine cabinet, and it's already here. But as much as possible, I am not opening those drugs, and I will resort to something that is not something that will calm down my symptoms, but will also heal me inside. Start healing me inside. That's the one that I want. So after that conversation, he said, "It's okay, sweetie. You go ahead and sign up for it." So I just had his blessing. I was convinced very much immediately, because I was looking for something like this. But of course, I had to talk my husband into it, and I understand what that wife is going through, but always think of the big picture. Don't just think of what is now. Think of how are you going to look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. How are you going to look like at that time? With no kidneys, in dialysis? No way, no way, no way. That part I cannot accept.
So everything that you've done up until this point was helping you to get this, rapid results, because you were taking care of your body the best way that you knew how. So that's why, now you just had to put the missing pieces together, which is what you've done, and that's why you've seen such good progress, because you came to us eating really healthy. Prove everybody wrong, right? That you can reverse autoimmune diseases. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing because even my brother, my sister, who I said are both doctors, and they've been practicing for more than 20 years. I told them my several options, because I was talking to regenerative medicine at the University of Florida, and of course at Mayo Clinic as well. And their approach was regenerative medicine with stem cell therapy. And basically, I'm going to go through stem cell therapy, and I did not feel comfortable. It was not really what I said to them. My goal is to be healed from the cellular level. I really was saying that I wanted to be healed at the cellular level. I wanted to go down to the very, very root of my illness. Nothing about symptomatic treatment. So they were saying, oh yeah, our stem cells are from newborns, and they are very pure, and it will take care. You will just receive this through the IV, and then when it gets spread all over your body, it will find the cells that are damaged and this and that, and then it will start rebuilding it. And then you will just keep coming to us, and if there's any areas that are still bothering you, we will treat that area within different approaches. There were some equipments that they were gonna use, and some light therapy on areas that are very painful, and it was also good to hear. And then that was the first option that I was thinking. And then I encountered you on Facebook when I was just scrolling by, and I actually for several times actually, I just scrolled through you guys. I just scrolled through you. Mm-hmm. I noticed your faces though. Mm-hmm. I noticed your face like, whoa. I was like, mm-hmm. Who are these angelic people? Whoa. I was like, and it was hard to, this is funny. It was hard. You guys are very, very pretty and very angelic. You guys have very angelic faces. Your pictures on Facebook that took the two people on Facebook, the way that you guys are looking at the people, at us, it just like took me aback. And several times I was scrolling through it, but every time these two faces come, I would always like, oh, who are these angelic people? And then it was hard for me to. Okay, the other part was it was hard for me to match your faces to your expertise. It was almost like, wow, these pretty ladies actually are into science. They were not into makeup.
Oh my God, I love it.
They're not actually doing makeup tutorials.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I was scrolling through that, and then it probably after a week and a half of seeing you guys constantly on my page, because I was crazily researching what to do with my sjogrens. So probably the Lord kept saying, because we were praying hard, the Lord kept saying, here it is, okay, here it is, and then I was just not getting it, and then finally I clicked on you guys, and then consultation. I actually never even watched your webinar.
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch. I just saw that you treat autoimmunity on the cellular level. That one that caught my attention. And then you had the word rapid reversal. It's like, seriously, wow. I was like, rapid reversal. Reversal alone is a big deal. Rapid is another level. So I'm like, how did that happen? And these two people, it's like, these two people can actually really do this? I am very passionate like this when I'm talking about my sjogrens and about my sickness, because I'm just so glad and proud that I don't have any more the symptoms.
Yeah, let us know as you go through that, that you receive the files, anything else we can help you with, and then let's try to schedule like that call maybe sometime next week.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, let's do that.
Thanks so much. It was really nice talking with you.